Okay, first, what is Buderus? Buderus is a steel mill in Germany. They have several of their own knife steel products. The best known are their Nitro series, including Nitro B, Nitro V, and the new Nitro X7. They have also produced a wide range of standard grades, including 1095, 80CR V2, 15 and 20, and W2, which are primarily used by custom knife makers. But a lot of custom knife steel has come out of Buderus over the past decade or so. Now, Buderus has a little bit of a complicated history in terms of ownership. It was purchased by Böhler Uddeholm in 2005. Böhler Uddeholm was then purchased by voestalpine in 2007, meaning Buderus was then owned by voestalpine. Buderus was sold by voestalpine at the end of 2024, and that process was completed in February 2025. It was purchased by a private equity company. Voestalpine stated they were selling Buderus because they were trying to reduce their share of tool steel and moving to other types of materials because the price of tool steel and high-grade engineering steel was coming under increasing pressure due to greater competition from outside Europe, which is a bit concerning. At the time of the sale, Buderus had 1,100 employees and units capable of making steel from beginning to end, including melting, casting, forging, hot rolling, and cold rolling. The private equity company did not hold on to Buderus for long. They began the process of selling the hot rolling mill and heat treat facility to GMH in August 2025. The private equity company also sold the drop forging unit to a subsidiary of itself, which is called Ferral United Group. So the private equity company said this would secure 670 jobs for Buderus, which is a significantly smaller number than the original 1,100. So where did those other 450 employees go? They were let go because the steelworks was shut down by the private equity company, which means no more melting and casting of steel for Buderus. And there are reports saying that electric steelmaking was difficult to make profitable in Germany due to high energy costs there. We were also told that the cold mill would shut down. The cold rolling mill, that allows steel to be rolled down even thinner than a hot rolling mill and also gives better surface finish and tolerances. So GMH is also a steel company, so they announced that the acquisition of Buderus hot mill would expand their product range to dimensions up to 300 millimeters square, which enables access to new markets for them. So with the steelworks shut down, Buderus can continue to make steel, but they will be sourcing ingots from other facilities within the GMH group. And those include several German companies that I cannot pronounce, so I will not attempt to, but I do have this fancy chart here that shows the sources for the ingots from within Germany to deliver to Buderus to hot roll out for thin sizes like are used in knives. So with Buderus being purchased a couple of times and the new company saying they're still going to utilize Buderus for hot rolling steel, I was surprised when I read from New Jersey Steel Baron, a knife steel supplier. They wrote that Buderus was permanently closing and that those knife steels will not be returning. Though this was surprising to me because of these reports that the company will continue, just restructured, and will get ingots of steel from other parts of the GMH group. So I contacted Buderus and asked them if they would continue to offer knife steel with these changes to the company. And they responded back to me that they are. So I don't know why New Jersey Steel Baron said this. Maybe they were operating off of out-of-date information. And even the Buderus employees were saying, like, a lot of changes are happening and we've waited until we can say things a bit more clearly once we know what exactly is going to happen. But they sent me an email saying we are going to make hot strip steel, which is the thin steel we need for knives, after we get our ingots from other companies within the GMH group, and then we can hot roll them down to size. Now, they can't cold roll anymore, so I also asked them what sizes they'll be able to go down to, because that's very important if the cold mill is gone. And they said they can still roll to as thin as 2 millimeter, which is about 79 thousandths, which is likely thin enough for most knife applications. Though they also mentioned to me they might have limits on width depending on the grade, and that's probably even more so for the very thinnest sizes. Another change is that they have certain annealing furnaces which are no longer available to them, so they have moved to open air annealing in a box furnace, and then to remove scale they are using shot blasting. So that is a change to the production process. So there have been a bunch of reports, including a recent Blade magazine article that says basically Buderus is closing down and we're all moving on to other stuff, but this is not the case.
Bring out your dead! Here's one. Ninepence.
I'm not dead.
What? Nothing. Here's your ninepence.
I'm not dead.
Here. He says he's not dead.
Yes, he is.
I'm not.
He isn't.
Well, he will be soon. He's very ill.
I'm getting better.
No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
So Buderus is continuing. They have restructured and they're getting their steel ingots from other places now rather than making them themselves. And that is disappointing, especially for all those people that were employed by Buderus. But the company will continue and we can still get Nitro V, Nitro X7. And so I am hopeful that the company will continue to operate for many years to come. Because through New Jersey Steel Baron and some other knife steel suppliers, like a lot of these standard grades like W2, they were very hard to get before they were available from Buderus. And so I personally would be very disappointed if they went under. So I think they are now in good hands with a company that wants to own them, that they want the unique abilities of Buderus. And so, yeah, I think things are going to be okay. So ignore all the news that was saying they are gone. Buderus is still going, and hopefully for many years in the future.